In the spring of 2014, I worked with a committee as part of our regular review process to select a math textbook or resource for our middle school and high school math departments. Our committee first determined priorities that we wanted to consider when finding a resource, and we wanted something that engaged students in real-life problem solving, that provided home support for both parents as well as students outside of school, that was compatible with technology, and of course we considered cost. We looked at a number of resources and we tried some trial lessons, spoke with other districts, visited other schools, and the high school opted to go with college preparatory mathematics. We implemented the fall of 2014. One of the reasons that we selected CPM is the fact that it was a nonprofit organization. It was written by math teachers from the high school and college level. CPM provides ongoing support of our teachers, both to deliver content as well as to utilize effective strategies to develop teamwork and inquiry in our students. Another reason the district opted to go with CPM is because we heard many positive results from other districts. CPM is widely used around the nation and across the state, and those districts have had positive results with the program.
CPM is a thing where they use group work to do exploratory math. Traditionally, the teacher would stand in the front of the room and just tell everyone how to do things. In these cases, the kids actually need to learn to do them on their own. In some cases, it's kind of exploring into it and making mistakes and learning from those.
The idea is to prepare all the students to be college and career ready. So they should be prepared for the ACT. One thing we want to teach is patient problem solving, perseverance, and also teamwork. We do a lot with teamwork, kids helping each other, kids bouncing ideas off of each other. So that's preparing for the real world where people generally work in teams.
We give team challenges, and it's kind of like a test, but it's a different category. It's 10% of their grade where they get together with their team and take the assessment together, and it's more designed to show us what they're good at and what they're not good at, what we need to review. Shows them that, hey, these kinds of problems are going to be on the individual assessment, giving them an idea of what's coming on the next test, and it also assesses their teamwork skills.
So the homework is called Review and Preview, and it's a mixture of review, current problems, and preview problems. And the review problems are from previous lessons, and the preview problems are from the future lessons, but it's nothing that is too difficult. It's just to get them exposed to the topics that will be coming up, so it's not such a surprise when they see those ideas. And there's not very many preview problems that are in the review and preview, and sometimes there's not any at all. It just depends. And this is a mixed problem set, and it allows for spiraling, which is supported through research as being very beneficial for students in retaining knowledge and future applications. Even though there might only be like 5 assigned problems, there's multiple parts to them, so it certainly allows for the students to apply sometimes multiple ideas in one problem, so they can see how more ideas intertwine with each other and can help.
Instead of me being the keeper of all knowledge and the only place where students can get knowledge from is from what I tell them at the beginning of class, the students work through the problems, and by working through it, a lot of times they end up discovering some of these concepts or some of these formulas on their own. There's always kind of a pathway behind that, so I know where the students are going to get through during the class. But it's changed from me being the keeper of all knowledge and me dispensing every ounce of that knowledge to the students working through and finding some of that information. The other thing too is that I'm interacting more with the students than I ever did in a traditional setting. I think back to when I would lecture, I would answer questions to 1 or 2 students, and I would ask questions to 2 or 3 students. Now I'm making contact and having a conversation with every single student in the room, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times in a class period. So there's really more small group and individual help now than there ever was when I was standing at the board.
When I first came, I wasn't really good at math. I didn't like math at all, and it was really hard for me, but luckily I had Miss Alexander as a teacher, so she really helped me with it. And now this year I'm good at math. I have an A and I'm doing good. I understand it. So like it helps to have her as a teacher to work with me individually.
Compared to the traditional approach, this is so much more effective than the fact that kids are constantly active in their learning. They're active within their class. They have to take ownership in their learning. But if they're active outside and they're practicing their homework, they're not just practicing what they learned that day, they're practicing something they learned a month ago, 2 months ago. So they have to constantly think back to that and apply. So they can't just learn it, test it, forget it, which makes them more successful as they grow as students.